In this video, I'm going to try and go through all the instructions for homework set number 7 and hopefully be of some help. So here I have, I did these, both of them, and everything's fine, but I made some stuff. I just copied and pasted things and then took out some stuff, so you'll have to figure it out, but I want to explain a little bit about it. So right now, for triangle, the right triangle class, that's this P7A. P7B is for later, so we'll look at that, and I'll try and explain some of the things that I had like trouble with or that were unclear to me until I spent some time with it. So here it says private instance variables for the base and the height of the triangle. That's right here. That's hopefully something that you already know how to do. A zero argument constructor that will set the values of the base and height to 0. I was thinking the base and the height should be doubles, but later on, so actually let me just go through that. It should be they should be integers, just based on these instructions. So a zero argument constructor that will set the values of the base and height to 0. Where is my zero argument constructor? It's right here. I don't have any arguments. Height base gets 0, and so that initializes that. And then a 2 argument constructor that does the same thing, except for you can pass values through that. And then getter methods, get base, get height. Hopefully you understand what getter methods are. They just get pieces of information about an instance of your object. So like here we're going to be creating right triangles. So like you create right triangle 1 and you want to get the height of right triangle 1, then you do it with a getter method. So that's get height, get base, return height. So that's all that. So hopefully that makes sense. Setter method. Oh, and then it says that should take no arguments and return int values. That's how I know my instance variables should have been integers, just because it says that. So it'll return int values. Remember, with getters, you have to declare what type of variable you're returning. So public int, and then get height. It returns height. Height is an integer. For setters, it's not returning anything. You're actually just changing values. So you have to say public void, and yeah, there you go. So Java knows that. Well, wait, how come you don't have to put anything here? Well, Java knows that this is a constructor because it's the same name as the class. So it doesn't need any like return values. It's just doing this. So you know it's a constructor when it has the same name in the class, and then you don't have to say, oh, it's not returning anything. It already knows that it's not returning anything. If you have different names like set height, it knows it's not a constructor. So you have to tell it, okay, am I going to return anything? Yes or no. And setters don't return anything. They just change the values of the instance variables individually. So I have 2 setters here. So far, hopefully no problems. A public method called calculate hypotenuse. This I'm not showing you because it would be right here. Public. It's just a method. It's not a getter nor a setter. So you have to. I mean, it kind of is a setter, but I'm doing calculations. So that's why it's called a processor method. So, whoops. And I don't know how to spell processor, so I'm going to say brain method. And then you will say, like, same idea as this. Am I going to return something? Am I not going to return something? Here, what does it say? That will return the length of the hypotenuse of the right triangle. The method calc hypotenuse should have the following header: public double. So it returns doubles. That's what it's saying. Public double calc hypotenuse. So public double cackle I don't know how to say hypotenuse. And then I open it up and close it right away. And method calc hypotenuse. So there's some type of calculations going on in here. And this part you can kind of treat like a new class. Maybe I'll pause my video real quick. Option. What I want to say is inside your brain method, your processor methods, it's kind of like we're reverting back to when we just had our main methods. Like, you're not going to have this. Let's be clear. You're not going to have this stuff inside your processor methods. This will be gone. This is just something that we normally did. But you're going to treat it like the same thing. So if I said, so I'm calculating hypotenuse. Suppose I wanted to calculate area. Well, so instead of calculate hypotenuse, I'd be calculating area. So this would be my calculate area class. And in here, it would just be a method. So I would say calculate area there. And the way I would do it, just like normal, I would say, okay, well, area, what type of variable is that going to be? That's going to be, for me, I'm going to just say a double, call it area, and just initialize it to 0 first.